Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. How time flies. Here it is, week 8 of our 15-week The Story of Film Festival, which began in September, inspired by the 15-part documentary, The Story of Film, an Odyssey, written, directed, and narrated by Mark Cousins. It's Mark's personal look at the history of filmmaking around the world. And later tonight, Mark's going to be joining me to co-host the TCM premiere of Episode 8 of the series, which looks at the new wave filmmaking movement of the late 60s. Not just an isolated event in France, as is often portrayed, but something that was actually happening at the same time all over the globe. Before we get to Mark's documentary, though, we have 2 of the films he discusses in Episode 8. We're going to begin with a film from Japan in 1969. It's called Boy. It's from filmmaker Nagisa Oshima, who, like his counterparts in the French New Wave movement, such as Francois Truffaut and Jean-Luc Godard, was a film critic before directing movies. Oshima believed that the mainstream movies being made in Japan by the Japanese were still too mired in the old techniques which had dominated the Japanese film industry before World War II. He wanted to break out from that and forego the traditional ways by stripping away any and all artifice and tell stories about real Japanese people dealing with real-life situations. Well, this next film, Boy, is a story, as they say, ripped from the headlines indeed. It was inspired by news reports in Japan of a family of con artists who used their young son to con money out of random people. Members of the family, including the child, would pretend to be hit by passing cars. Then, to keep the police out of it, they would extort money from the drivers, supposedly for medical expenses. Oshima read the news story and immediately started working on a script. And now we're going to show you the result of all that, and a major change in style from the kind of traditional films made in Japan before the 1960s. Here from 1969, a movie titled simply Boy.